Never Death Row Production. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Tyson, next heavyweight champion of the world.
Alrighty guys, what's going on? Welcome on back. It's the Empire. I'm your host Risky. It is Saturday, May 9th. Looking back at yesterday, we do hit on our ladder play. Our solo bet came through for us. It was the Guardians on the run line. We do hit on a 3-leg game parlay. It could have been a much better day. We go 2 for 3 on our other parlay. We just needed the Phillies to come through for us. They did it. But you guys already know the rules. It's on to the next one. It's the weekend. We got a 15-game slate here on tap today. You know how we do on the weekend. We're going to run through these picks. Guys, Outlier Sportsbook, the link is down in the description. Sign up with them. The first week is free. Also, at the end of the video, the 4 bets we'll be placing today ourselves. With all of that being said, let's jump into it. First game up, we got the Angels in Toronto taking on the Blue Jays. Kokonowicz on the mount for the Angels. Yes, Savage on the mount for the Blue Jays. Looking at Kokonowicz here on the mount for the Angels, off to an amazing start this season. This was one of the worst starting pitchers in the majors last year. Through his first 6 starts this season, 3.05 ERA. In his last 4 outings, he has a 2.30 ERA. He saw this Blue Jays team around mid-April. He pitched into the 6th inning in that game, only giving up a run. Looking at this matchup here today for him, I can see him having a very similar outing. This Blue Jays team is hitting 242 versus right-handed pitching. I can see Kokonowicz coming out here, pitches 6 innings, giving up a run. On the other side, we got Savage on the mount for the Blue Jays. This will be his 3rd start of the season. He didn't look too sharp in his last outing against the Twins. Looking at this matchup here today for him though, he's going to be seeing an Angels team in their last 10 games played. They're just batting only .211 as a team with 6 home runs to go along with it. They've been struggling to hit the ball. Looking at the matchup here for Savage, there is a few bats in this Angels lineup that really match up well against them. Neto, Soler, and Trout, those are 3 guys that really match up well against Savage. I can see him pitching 5-6 innings, giving up a run. The big determining factor in this game here today, guys, is the bullpens. It's a huge advantage for the Blue Jays. Their bullpen continues to play amazing. In their last 10 games played, they have a 2.40 bullpen ERA. The Angels bullpen, one of the worst in the majors. Let's get to the picks. The Blue Jays are the betting odd favorites in this game, and I like them here on the money line. The game total set at 8. I do like the over 8 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking 1 Blue Jay in this game. That's for show to have 2 total bases. Next up, we got the Athletics in Baltimore taking on the Orioles. Savale on the mount for the Athletics. Baz on the mount for the Orioles. Aaron Savale here on the mount for the Athletics, off to an amazing start this season. 2.95 ERA. He has a 1.85 ERA in his road starts this season. Looking at this matchup here today for him, he matches up very well against this Orioles team. For one, the Orioles are batting .245 in their last 8 games, so they started to hit the ball well of late. But like I said, he matches up very well against them. He's a contact pitcher. The wind today in this game is going to be blowing in from the outfield into the diamond. On top of that, they're going to be expecting rain. It's going to be a pitcher-friendly day out there in Baltimore. I see Savale going out there pitching 6 innings, giving up a run. On the other side, we got Shane Baz on the mount for the Orioles. He's been absolutely terrible to start off the season. His last outing against the Yankees, 4 innings pitched, gave up 5 runs. Velocity on all his pitches are down this season. Hard hit rate at 52%. This Athletics team is crushing the ball of late. In their last 8 games played, they're batting .270 as a team with 8 home runs to go along with it. They've been killing the ball offensively of late. Looking at the bullpens towards the end of the game, the Orioles are going to have the advantage in this one. This is like an offset game in my opinion. I see the Athletics controlling it early, putting up a bunch of runs on Baz. The Athletics bullpen will come in and give up a few runs, but I think the lead that will be built off of Baz will be so large, it won't matter. Like I said, looking at the weather here, it's going to be a rainy day out in Baltimore, 70 degrees, wind blowing in. Let's get to the picks. The Orioles are the betting odd favorites in this game, and we're playing the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Athletics on the money line. The game total set at 9. I do like the over 9 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Shea Langoliers of the Athletics to hit a home run today. Next up, we got the Astros in Cincinnati taking on the Reds. Arrieta on the mount for the Astros. Burns on the mount for the Reds. Arrieta here on the mound for the Astros, off to a solid start this season. 196 ERA through 6 starts, pitching into the 5th inning in all of his outings. Hasn't given up more than 2 runs in any of his starts. The biggest knock on him though is his walk rate. Only 1 start this season, he has not given up more than 4 walks, so he's struggling with his command this year. Looking at the matchup here today for him, he's seeing a Reds team that's batting just 208 in their last 10 games played. But when I do the matchup for Arrieta, there is a bunch of Reds that match up well against them. I can see him pitching 6 innings, giving up 2 runs. On the other side, we got Chase Burns on the mound for the Reds. He's looked solid to start off the season, 2.20 ERA, coming off a good outing against the Pirates last week. Looking at the matchup here today for him, there's really nobody I worry about besides Jordan Alvarez. The big thing with Burns though, he's most successful when he's working the strikeouts. This Astros team really doesn't strike out that much. They're a bottom 10 team in the league in strikeouts. I can see Arrieta having to give up a bunch of contact outs, which will lead to probably him giving up a few runs, hitting some balls in the gap. It's going to be a hitter-friendly day out there in Cincinnati. The big thing in this game, guys, is both of the bullpens. Two of the worst bullpens in the last 15 games played. I see both of the bullpens coming out here today, letting up a bunch of runs. There's no team I'm giving the advantage to. It's going to come down to the starting pitching and the hitting, and in that aspect, I give the advantage to the Reds. Let's get to the picks. The Reds are the betting odd favorites in this game, and I'm playing them on the run line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the over 8.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Elly De La Cruz of the Reds to hit a home run today. Alright, up next, we got the Tampa Bay Rays in Boston taking on the Red Sox. Nick Martinez on the mound for the Rays. The left-handed pitcher Toll gets a start for the Red Sox. Looking at Nick Martinez here on the mound for the Rays, off to an amazing start this season. Through his first 6 outings, 171 ERA. The big thing with him this season compared to last year is his sinker. The movement on his sinker this season is really good, causing a lot of ground outs. Looking at the matchup here today for him, he's seeing a Red Sox team that is batting .247 versus right-handed pitching. They match up very well against Nick Martinez. I can see Martinez coming out here today, pitches 6 innings, giving up 2 runs. The Tampa Bay Rays bullpen is in very good shape coming into this game. We've called both of the first 2 games of the series correct up to this point. Looking at this one, the Rays bullpen is in a much better place than it was yesterday. I'm giving them the advantage late in this game. On the other side, we got Peyton Toll. If you remember yesterday's video, we said this Rays team is killing left-handed pitching, but early's pitch mix and pitching arsenal is going to keep the Rays off balance. That's what happened here today. It's a different situation with Peyton Toll. He throws the fastball 51% of the time. It is a good fastball, tops out at 98 miles per hour. Every once in a while, he mixes in a sinker and a slider. I see this Rays team getting to him here today, getting 3-4 runs off of him. The Red Sox bullpen is taxed coming into this one. It's one of the worst weather days on the board. It's going to be a pitcher-friendly day out there in Boston. Let's get to the picks. The Boston Red Sox are the betting odd favorites in this game, and I like the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Tampa Bay Rays on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I got this a 4-2 game for the Rays. I like the under 7.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Diaz of the Rays for 2 total bases today. Next up, we got the Rockies in Philadelphia taking on the Phillies. The left-handed pitcher Kyle Freeland on the mound for the Rockies. Aaron Nola gets a start here for the Phillies. Looking at Kyle Freeland here to start off the season, his numbers do not look good. 5.03 ERA on the year, but in his 4 road starts, he has a 2.70 ERA. He pitches much better away from Coors Field. Today, he's going to be seeing a Phillies team that has started to, like we were talking about in yesterday's video, the offense is starting to click of late. They're starting to hit the ball much better recently. The one thing I don't like for Kyle Freeland in this game here today, he's going to be seeing 6 right-handed bats. The 2 lefties, we know who they are, Schwarber and Harper. He's not going to have an easy outing here today, but he does have good numbers in the past games against this Phillies team. So there is that on Kyle Freeland's side that he has faced this team before and has had a good outing against them. Looking at both of the bullpens in this game, both of the bullpens are in a terrible spot here today. Both of them are highly taxed. Both of them are going to come in and let up runs. For the Phillies side, we got Aaron Nola starting up. He's coming off his best start of the season. Looking at this matchup here today for him, I do not like this spot. He's going to see 6 left-handed bats in this Rockies lineup. The Rockies are batting .352 versus righties, slugging .430. So they've been killing right-handed pitching. Like I said, it's going to be 2 bullpens coming into this game that's going to light up a bunch of runs. It's going to be a hitter-friendly day. Ballpark Pal has it a +6 home run percentage in this game. Let's get to the picks. Alright, the Philadelphia Phillies are the betting odds favorites in this game, and we're playing the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Colorado Rockies on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the over 8.5 total runs. For the player prop, we're taking Mickey Moniak of the Rockies to hit a home run today. Next up, we got the Minnesota Twins in Cleveland taking on the Guardians. Joe Ryan on the mound for the Twins. Tanner Bybee gets a start for the Guardians. Looking at Joe Ryan here on the mound for the Twins, he's coming off a game last week where he didn't make it out of the first inning against the Blue Jays, had to leave with an injury to his hand, to his arm, to his pitching arm. That's something we got to pay attention to with a starting pitcher. Looking at the matchup here today for Joe Ryan, he's seeing a Cleveland Guardians team that has good numbers against him. In their past matchups, the Guardians team has hit him up before. I can see this Cleveland Guardians team today struggling to hit Joe Ryan. Why? Because they've been struggling to hit right-handed pitching overall this season. In their last 8 games played against righties, they're just batting .220 overall. But like I said, I gotta pay attention to that injury with Joe Ryan, so it is a bit strange. On the other side, we got Tanner Bybee on the mound. He's had 2 bad starts overall this season. I know he's 0-5 when you look at his record, but he's only had really 2 bad starts. Overall, he's been really sharp this season. Pitching into the 6th inning, not giving up more than 2 runs. Looking at this game here today, it's back at home where he pitches much better in his career. I do see this this Minnesota Twins team getting a run or 2 off of Bybee. They've hit him up before in the past. Once again, like we said in yesterday's game, it's going to be a big discrepancy in the bullpen. The Guardians got the advantage late. Looking at the weather, it's going to be a hitter-friendly day. Wind blowing from the diamond to right field, giving left-handed batters an advantage. Let's get to the picks. The odds makers right now have this game as a dead-even pick'em spot, 108-108. And I'm like the Cleveland Guardians once again, but today on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I like the over 7.5 total runs. For the player prop, I like Jose Ramirez of the Guardians for 2 total bases today. Next up, we got the Cubs in Texas taking on the Rangers. Cabrera on the mound for the Cubs. Jack Leiter gets the start here for the Rangers. Cabrera's looked good to start off the season here for the Cubs. 3.27 ERA through his first 6 starts. Looking at the matchup here today for him, he's going to be seeing a Texas Rangers team that continues to struggle to hit the ball. Now in their last 10 games played, they're just batting .208 as a team with only 3 home runs to go along with it. Their offensive numbers continue to drop. Looking at the matchup here for Cabrera, he matches up very well against this Rangers team here today. He's playing in this pitcher-friendly ballpark. Cabrera is a contact pitcher. Pitches for a lot of pop flies, a lot of ground outs. I see him going about 6 innings, giving up no runs. Possibly they get a run off of him, but I don't really see them getting to Cabrera in this game. The Cubs yesterday, they did a good job with their bullpen. Only Ben Brown and Assad really took up most of the game, so their bullpen is in a good spot coming into this one. On the other side, we got Jack Leiter on the mound for the Rangers. He's a good starting pitcher. Started off the season looking good, but the wheels have started to come off the bus for Jack Leiter here. He's walking a lot of batters. Hard hit rate is at 55%. He's given up the 3rd most home runs in Major League Baseball up to this point. Looking at the game here today for him, the matchup for Jack Leiter, he's going to be seeing a Cubs team for one that's been killing the ball of late. 272 in their last 10 games played. 6 left-handed bats in this lineup here today. The Texas Rangers bullpen is in a good spot to come in and stop the bleeding. Let's get to the picks here. The Cubs are the betting odds favorites in this game, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the under 8.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Bush of the Cubs for 2 total bases today. Next up, we got the Seattle Mariners in Chicago taking on the White Sox. Castillo on the mound for the Mariners. The left-handed pitcher K gets a start for the White Sox. Getting straight into this one here, guys. We got 2 starting pitchers on the mound here that have been throwing batting practice in their last few outings. Castillo's got an ERA above 6. K's not too far behind him. We got 2 offenses here. We saw yesterday game, 20 runs was scored. Looking at the matchup here for both of these starting pitchers, I see both of them getting hit up in this game here today. I see a lot of runs. It's going to be a hitter-friendly day. 8-mile-per-hour winds blowing from the diamond, blowing straight out to the outfield. The wind gets stronger as the game goes along. Like I said, I see both of these starting pitchers letting up runs. The bullpens, both of the bullpens are taxed coming into this one. I give the slight advantage to the Mariners. Looking at the matchups now, the person I think that's going to have the roughest time, believe it or not, is Castillo. There's a bunch of White Sox that match up well against him. His velocity is down this season. Fastball's only topping out at 91, 92. I see the White Sox getting a bunch of runs off of him here today. Like I said, the weather is going to be hitter friendly. Let's get to the picks. The Mariners are the betting odds favorites in this game, and we're playing the home dogs in this spot. Give me the Chicago White Sox on the money line. The game total set at 9. I do like the over 9 total runs. For the player prop, we're taking one Mariner, one White Sox. Give me Cal Raleigh to hit a home run today. Give me Murakami as well to hit a home run in this game. Next up, we got the Yankees in Milwaukee taking on the Brewers. The right-handed pitcher Cam Schlittler on the mound for the Yankees. The left-handed pitcher Kyle Harrison on the mound for Milwaukee. Getting straight into this one, we got a very good pitching matchup in this game. Two good young starting pitchers. Cam Schlittler's look like a Cy Young candidate to start off the year for the Yankees. Looking at the matchup here today for Cam Schlittler, though, he's going to be seeing 6 left-handed bats in this Brewers lineup. Milwaukee's been batting .252 versus right-handed pitching in their last 12 games played, so they've been getting to righties. I do see a few of these Brewers who match up well against Cam Schlittler getting to him in this game. Cam, I see him going 6 innings, giving up 2 runs. The Yankees bullpen, they're in a good spot coming into this one. They did hold off a few of their arms yesterday, so I could see them coming in, holding off Milwaukee's bats. On the other side, we got Kyle Harrison on the mound for Milwaukee. He's looked really sharp to start off the year. He did get roughed up in his last outing. Looking at this matchup here today for him, he's going to be seeing a Yankees team that started to really hit left-handed pitching in their last 10 games. Overall in the season, now they're really starting to heat up against lefties. They started off the year dead ice cold towards the bottom of the league. Looking at the matchup for Harrison, I see this Yankees team getting 2-3 runs off of him in this game. There's a bunch of guys that match up well against him, and then the left-handed bats like Cody Bellinger, they really hit lefties very well. I see Cam going about 5 innings, giving up 3 runs in this game. Milwaukee's bullpen is in very good shape coming into this one to stop the bleeding. Let's get to the picks. The Yankees are the betting odds favorites in this game, and I'm playing them on the run line. The game total set at 7.5. I got this a 4-2 game for the Yankees. I like the under 7.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Aaron Judge to hit a home run today. Up next, we got the Mets in Arizona taking on the Diamondbacks. Clay Holmes on the mound for the Mets. Kelly gets a start here for the D-backs. These two teams played into overtime yesterday. It was a 1-1 game going into OT. The Mets won 3-1. They covered the run line for us. Looking at this game here today, well, for one, the big thing I'm taking away from yesterday's game is the bullpen situation. Both of the arms got used up in bullpen. The Mets bullpen, though, is highly taxed coming into this game here today. We got Clay Holmes on the mound for the Mets. He's looked solid to start off the season. He's a ground ball pitcher. Looking at the matchup here today for him, this Arizona Diamondbacks team is hitting right-handed pitching very well, but Clay Holmes, I can see him coming out here today having a very good outing, going 6 innings, giving up a run. They're going to need him to go 7 overall. I don't know how that works for him. He's really not been going that far into games this season, but the Mets do need Clay Holmes to go far into this game today. If he could pitch 8, it'll be perfect. It'll be the perfect situation for the Mets. On the other side, we got Kelly on the mound for the Diamondbacks. He's been terrible to start off the season. He's made 3 starts up to this point. ERA close to 10. Hard hit ball rate above 50%. He's going to be seeing a Mets team that started to click recently. They're playing much better. I can see this Mets team getting 3-4 runs off of Kelly here today. Both of the bullpens, like I said, is tax coming into it. I see both of the bullpens letting up some runs. Let's get straight to the picks in this one. The Mets are the betting odd favorites in this game, and I'm playing them here on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the over 8.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Juan Soto with the Mets for 2 total bases today. Next up, we got the St. Louis Cardinals in San Diego taking on the Padres. Dustin May on the mount for St. Louis, Randy Vasquez on the mount for the Padres. Looking at the game these two teams played yesterday, the Cardinals shut out the Padres 6-0. Today, Dustin May's on the mount for St. Louis. He's coming off of 4 good starts in a row. In his last 4 outings, he's pitched past the 5th inning in all of them, only giving up 1 run in each of the starts. I like Dustin May, the form he's been in recently. Looking at his matchup here today, like I said, the Padres got a shutout yesterday. They put up 1 run in the first game of the series. They've been struggling to hit the ball recently in their last 10 games. They're hitting just 202 as a unit. There's no reason I don't see Dustin May coming out here having another quality start, going 6 innings, giving up a run. The Cardinals bullpen has started to play much better recently as well. They've been one of the worst bullpens all season. In their last 8 games, they have a bullpen ERA of 4.80. Trust me, that's much better by their overall standards. On the other side, we got Vasquez on the mount for the Padres. He got roughed up in his last outing, but back here at home today where his numbers are much better, I see him going about 6 innings, giving up 2 runs. The Cardinals team is just hitting the ball very well recently. I don't think Vasquez is going to cool them off. The Padres bullpen's in good shape coming into this one. Looking at the weather, it's going to be a nice game out there in San Diego. Slight wind blowing out to left field, but like mainly towards foul territory. Let's get to the picks. The Padres are the betting odds favorites in this game, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 8. I do like the under 8 total runs in this game. For the player prop, I'm taking Gavin Sheet of the Padres to hit a home run today. Final game of the day, we got the Atlanta Braves in Los Angeles taking on the Dodgers. Spencer Strider on the mount for the Braves. Blake Snell here on the mount for the Dodgers. Strider here on the mount for Atlanta. He's coming off his first start of the year last week against the Rockies. Looked absolutely terrible in that start. If you remember last season, he had an ERA above 5, struggled with his command. He looked exactly the same in that first outing against the Rockies. Here today is not the spot I'm expecting him to get right against the Dodgers team that's batting .269 versus right-handed pitching, slugging .430 against righties. I see them getting 4 or 5 runs off of Strider here today. The Braves have to go into that bullpen early, a bullpen that has been starting to regress in their last 10 games. On the other side, we got Blake Snell making his season debut here for the Dodgers off an elbow injury. He's going to be seeing a Braves lineup that's been killing it offensively in their last 10 games. They did only put up 1 run yesterday. Emmett Sheehan pitched a really good game for the Dodgers. The Dodgers were able to rest their bullpen. That was the big thing coming out of yesterday's game. Even if Blake Snell only goes 3-4 innings, the Dodgers bullpen's in a good position to come in, take over for him. Looking at the weather in this game, it's going to be pitcher friendly. It's going to be wind blowing in from the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Dodgers are the betting odds favorites in this game, and I'm playing them on the run line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the over 8.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Shohei Ohtani of the Dodgers to hit a home run today. Alrighty guys, before we get up out of here, the 4 bets we'll be placing here today ourselves. Our ladder play came through for us yesterday. It won at $63.50. So today we'll be wagering that $63.50 on the Los Angeles Dodgers on the run line. We're getting them at plus 126. This is our ladder play of the day. Alright, up next we have a 3-leg home run parlay. It's a basic bitch parlay. It's Aaron Judge of the Yankees, Cal Raleigh of the Mariners, and we wrap it up with Shohei Ohtani of the Dodgers, $10 home run parlay. Up next we have a 3-leg parlay we'll be playing here today. We started off with the Athletics on the money line. We're then going to play the Cincinnati Reds on the run line, and we wrap it up with the Colorado Rockies, Philadelphia Phillies, game total to go over 8.5 total runs. Next up, we have a 4-leg game parlay we're playing here today. We started off with the Chicago Cubs on the money line. We're then going to play the Seattle Mariners White Sox game total to go over 9 total runs. We're also going to play the Chicago White Sox on the money line, and we wrap up the parlay with the New York Yankees on the money line. Once again, guys, before we get up out of here, I just want to send my salutes out to you all. You guys know I appreciate you all. I respect you all. I hope we all win some money here today, and I'm going to catch you on the next one.